Hello.
Hi, Bill. And hi, everyone joining us for our next edition of Unique to CINC. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're going to talk all things money and how to save time on your accounting task. So if you're ready to grow, then stay tuned because we have an overview of all the powerful services available to you through CINC Accounting Services and our sister company, CINC Capital. Joining us today is CINC Systems founder Bill Blanton and our sales account leader, Sarah Bloomberg. So I am going to let Sarah take it from here. And just so you guys know, we're recording. So if you need to pop out, we'll send you the recording at the end, but stay tuned. We've got some really good info.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. I know we have people here from all across the country, so thank you for making time for this. My name is Sarah Bloomberg, as Ashley mentioned. I lead sales efforts here at CINC, and I'll speak a little bit about our accounting services offering today and how that's helped a lot of the business operations of our customers. So let's start with accounting services. What is CINC Accounting Services for those of you who are unfamiliar? So accounting services is an additional offering that is available exclusively to CINC customers only. We actually have a few dozen accounting experts who are available to serve as the outsourced accounting team for management companies. Now, not only are the folks on our HOA accounting expert or team of experts in accounting itself, and obviously in the niche field of HOA, but they're also experts in using CINC software. And so, who is it that you're actually getting with the accounting services team? You'll actually have 3 dedicated folks to your team. You'll have a senior accountant, a junior accountant, an AP specialist. And the way that our team operates is truly as a working partnership with our customers. Now, who typically is using accounting services? It could be a management company who's in growth or startup mode, or also a fully matured management company who may be looking for a more cost-effective and efficient way to handle accounting without bringing on additional folks in-house. And today we service about 30 management companies across the country for accounting services. It's a little over 1,200 1,200 HOAs today and over 90,000 units, constantly growing. As you can see here on the screen, something that we're very proud of is our accounting services team will actually get your financial packages out for you to review, get to your boards by the 5th business day of each month on average. So, you know, we are very, very dialed in terms of how we're going about the business here and supporting you in the right way. And these accounting services folks, they are actually operating out of your CINC databases. So you have full visibility into everything that's going on at all times. And there's obviously constant communication with the team as well. So what is it that accounting services really covers? Basically what we offer is a full back processing office, a full cycle of accounting, from receivables to payables to bank recs, monthly financials. We also do new association setup and onboarding for any new communities you guys bring on over time. And so kind of breaking that down, you know, segment by segment, what does that mean? So when it comes to receivables, the team will review all incoming payments in all different formats. Credit card batches, ACH drafts, scan checks, online payments, and they'll make sure that they're all applied correctly to the right homeowners and to the, for the correct assessments, of course. In the beginning of the year, the team will generate billing for all the new homeowners for the whole year. And they'll also help you set up any late fees and interest and review all those batches for you. They will process lockbox on a daily basis and any other payments from homeowners. Any needed adjustments on the homeowner ledgers, whether it's miscellaneous charges or removals, they'll take care of that for you. The team will also process resales on behalf of your team. So again, kind of the full gamut of everything that your back office accounting would do. And so when it comes to resales, making sure the correct assessments are hitting the buyers and the sellers, plus making sure that the closing or attorney's checks are applied correctly to those accounts. So that's really on the receivable side. Now on the payable side, the management company, you guys would actually upload invoices to CINC using that invoice utility that's already loaded up for you guys. Your AP specialist processes those invoices. They'll assign the GL codes, make sure the invoice is assigned to the correct association and the vendor, create the invoice record. The invoice will go into a pending approval stage, and then back to you guys at the management company to review and actually post. So again, lots of checks and balances there to make sure that you guys are remaining in control the entire time. Moving on to the bank recs piece here. So our team will handle daily bank reconciliation with our integrated bank partners, of course. And we'll make sure that everything's balanced when it comes to operating and reserves. Make sure that all the receivables, payables, GLs are all matching and in balance with subledgers and actual payables and receivable reports. We'll also reconcile and record investment accounts as long as you provide those bank statements to us. And then again, when it comes to the financial packages, the team will actually produce packages for your boards, but rather than just shooting it out to your boards, they'll make sure that it's ready for you guys to review within the first couple of days of each month. And then you guys can actually push those out to the portals and share those financials with your boards. And then again, the last piece of this is really the onboarding for your new customers, your new communities. We will set up the basic shell for the association. We'll import homeowners, enter beginning balances, GL and homeowner balances. Essentially, we just need the prior management company's data, and we'll get everything all set up for you. So there's probably a few more things that I may have missed, but that's really accounting services in a nutshell. Happy to connect you guys to the director of the accounting services team at some point if you guys are interested in learning more. But what this really is meant for is, whether it's that you're short staffed and whether this is for a temporary time or if this is for the long haul, we are here to support you guys. When it comes to accounting, a lot of times this is a much more cost-effective approach than actually bringing on more personnel internally, or maybe you can retool your team internally to focus on some other areas. This is just another way where we can help you guys grow and scale profitably without necessarily having to increase overhead. So that's accounting services in a nutshell. Thank you guys so much for the time here. I will hand things off to Bill Blanton, our founder of CINC Systems, and also founder of CINC Capital, to take you guys from here. Bill, it's all yours. Bill, you're on mute, by the way.
All right. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
So we came up with CINC Capital right after we acquired some private equity capital back in 2019. I've always felt like that when CINC, the best way for CINC to grow is for our clients to grow, and you're our clients. And so what I'm going to share with you today is, what is CINC Capital? Who are our clients, and what do we offer? What do we do, and why? So CINC Capital is a company that uses its own capital, doesn't go to banks, to assist our clients, CINC clients rather, in acquiring other management companies, as well as acquiring partners if you wanted to buy out a partner of yours. And so we provide the capital to do that up to $1 million. So that's the maximum amount that we'll loan any of CINC clients. We don't take any interest in your company. It's a straight loan. It's amortized over five years. We will only deal with CINC clients and clients that are proposing to come on to CINC. So we've had a number of occasions where an acquisition was pending and they would be acquiring one of CINC Capital's clients, and instead of going to their own software, they would come over to our software and become a CINC client. In that case, we would give them up to 6 months to change. But it's exclusively for the CINC clients and not for anyone else. Why do we do it? Why do we offer it? Because, as I said earlier, what we want to do is to see our clients grow. When our clients grow and prosper, then we grow and prosper. And we offer two really principal products. One is financial capital, so that's the lending that we do, and the other is intellectual capital. We help you find target companies to acquire. In the case where you want to sell, we help you prepare yourself to sell, give you kind of a roadmap, if you will, over a period of years that, you know, if you want to sell, say 2 years out, here are the things that you need to do. We'll go into a initial business valuation. When we finish that, we will target a couple of areas that we think that can improve the value that you receive. We realize that our clients have spent, in many cases, decades. Some cases, they're second generation customers of ours, and we want them to maximize their return on their investment over the years. And so if you think about CINC Capital, there are a lot of industries where they have sister corporations. So if you go to buy a car from Ford, there's Ford Motor Credit. If you go buy a tractor from John Deere, then there's, you know, John Deere Capital, John Deere Financing. And so that's all that CINC has done, is just kind of taken one more step to provide an avenue for our clients to be able to grow and prosper, or to exit the industry and get maximum return for their investment over the years. I'm happy to answer questions. I can give you some overview on what we look for in a client as far as what the lending considerations are. And what we're trying to look for is someone who's been in the industry for 5 years or better. If you have experience that is similar in management, then we will consider that as a part of that 5 years. We look for a debt service coverage, which is the amount of earnings that you have, also known as EBITDA, that it covers the amount of debt. As I said, it's 5 years for a typical loan, and occasionally we'll go to 7, but it's 125% of the amount that is payable on the loan. And then we don't require any prepaid. So many of the institutions will look, and if you pay it off early, we'll charge you a prepay penalty. We don't charge any prepay penalty. What we really hopefully what you'll do is to take our capital, grow with it, recycle it. We'll find other folks to use it, or maybe in some cases we've made 2 and even 3 loans for acquisitions as they go through the process of growing their companies. Again, on the intellectual side, what we really do is to dig down in your company's financials, try to find inefficiencies that maybe you haven't recognized, and assist you in growing your earnings, because ultimately that's where you're going to get the maximum return on your investment. I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone might have.
All right, guys, so I'm just going to give it a moment to see if anybody has any questions. We do want to keep our time. Actually, yeah, we do want to keep our time, but I haven't seen any questions come through. I'm going to give you guys just a moment here for anything that you want to run by.
I have a question for you,
It's a really
Bill.
good time. Go ahead.
A question for Bill. So along the lines of intellectual capital, when it comes to the CINC Capital side of things, is a team also able to help procure buyers for companies that are looking to dispose?
Yeah, we currently have 5 clients who are preparing to go and sell their companies, and we also have, and these tend to be geographically constrained most of the time. Our sellers, we've got 5 companies that are currently looking to exit the industry, and these tend to be geographically constrained. You don't tend to unless you're very large. And we primarily deal with smaller management companies that want to acquire. So what we try to accomplish is to set the right match between the buyer and the seller, not just from a financial standpoint, but a cultural standpoint, and make sure that the cultures are right. Because ultimately the success of most, I've been involved in about 12 or 13 acquisitions or mergers. And the culture is probably the single most important thing. It's not the price. It's not, trying to get the last dollar, $10 or $100 out of a deal, but it's rather a making sure that the right culture is matched up, the buyer and seller. And consequently, I think most sellers are concerned that their company will be, destroyed if they sell to one of the larger companies, and really look for someone who's very similar. We also act as a kind of a shield, if you will, between the seller and the population. There are buyers out there that will go around, kick the tires, try to find out the key employees. So we act as that shield between the buyer and the seller to make sure that no proprietary information gets out until there's a letter of intent issued on the part of the buyer. So
yeah, so that's really kind of a full offering. I mean, it sounds like not only are you able to do the creative financing for these deals, but it's deal making in its entirety. It's doing the underwriting to a degree and helping these management company owners understand their valuation from a business standpoint, so that they can plan, when the right time is to exit, finding qualified buyers who are willing to pay the highest price with the strongest terms in the shortest amount of time, and connecting these parties and making sure that the deal itself actually succeeds and gets across the finish line through the financing offered. So this is in a time of great consolidation we're seeing in the industry. It sounds like CINC Capital really is there to kind of handhold through that whole process.
It's always a difficult process to think about selling all or part of your company. We've helped some larger companies spin off small divisions that they were no longer strategic, where they may have been in a town that didn't. We handle that. During the pandemic, we had one of our partners of one of the larger companies needed to kind of get some liquidity and move on. And we were able to assist in a pretty large transaction there where one partner bought out the other. We've done probably 10 or 15 smaller acquisition where in some cases the buyer and the seller already knew one another, but they couldn't get to the right price. And so we stepped in as a kind of a mediator and worked through the different processes and procedures that would help them kind of find that happy median between, price and someone acquiring your company that you felt comfortable that your employees would remain and be successful after you left.
All right, we have 2 questions. I know we got to keep this brief because we're right at our time. I have from Jennifer: what is the pricing structure on the setup for the accounting services? Is it per association, per unit charge?
Good question. It's both and is a short answer. So there's a flat rate by association and a cost per door. If you are interested in scoping this out a little further, reach out to us, your account manager or your local sales rep in your region, or the website that you see here on the screen. We'll make sure that we can basically size up your portfolio for you and work with you on pricing.
And our last question before we wrap it up: who do I speak with if I'm interested in $1 million investment strategy?
So Robin Story, I will provide her. She is she manages the operation, and I'll get her contact information. Typically, she would be the presenter today, but she she had a closing on her home today that kept her away. So y'all had to get the B team in instead of the A team. But I will get Robin's contact information and share it with everyone on the call.
All right, so I believe that is it for us today. Thank you, Bill and Sarah, for your time and your insight. I learned quite a bit, so I know everyone else did. And thank you all for joining us. We hope you learned a little bit more about CINC Accounting Services, as well as our sister company, CINC Capital, and the resources that are available to you. So if you are a CINC customer and you have any further questions, like Sarah said, reach out to your account manager and we will direct you the best we can. If you are not yet a CINC customer, you can reach out to us via our website, www.cincsystems.com/request a demo. And if you have any further issues, you can reach myself. I'm Ashley Carter, part of the marketing team. I can be reached at ashley.carter@cincsystems.com for technical questions. And thank you guys again for joining us here today. We'll be sending out a recording, but we want to get you guys back into your Tuesday. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.